Welcome everybody to Off the Top Media. I am Scalz, and tonight it is back to the OG host of FNR. It is me, Jamie Rose, and Cam G. How everybody doing tonight?
That intro's fire. That's crazy. I like it.
Fire. It's fire. It's missing something, but it's fire.
Oh, Jamie, to be fair, you haven't been here, and we haven't known if you were coming back or not.
Just slap like a sticker and says sometimes Jamie. No, it's dope. It's dope.
But I want to thank Al. She is the one that came up with the intro. I said we needed a new intro. I wanted something a little bit different. I gave her a couple clips. She used the one in there, but I love how it turned out.
Turned out good.
So, all right. We had a good / great Smackdown tonight. We had a bunch of things going on. So let's get into it. First, let's start off with the Queen of the Ring tournament. We had a great opening match between Bianca and Tiffany, and this match both went to the limit. You had some surprises going on in it. You had Bianca getting beat down, going after the knee, and you thought that she was actually going to lose. But then Bianca Cena shows up, and she takes the victory again.
Bianca Cena this, Bianca Cena that. You got two talented women. Two women that are going to be stars one day. One's already a star, one's a future star. At this time, Bianca was the obvious choice. It was the best choice. You had that kind of tension where you thought, oh, we could possibly get Jade versus Bianca. The smarks are thinking, oh, yeah, it's too early for that. But the thing about it is you never know what they're going to do. WWE is doing hot new stuff. They're always pushing the limit on these things. But, dude, brand new person, same mistakes. But this was a great match. Both these ladies tore the roof off of it. It was a great opener. And great wrestling in Jacksonville. And Bianca, I don't think she's going to win the tourney, but
I didn't think Jacksonville knew what a sold out crowd was like.
Right.
I mean, they'll probably get more ratings on this show tonight than they do in 3 weeks of Jacksonville. So, Cam, what was your thoughts?
I mean, Jamie pretty much said it. Say what you want about Bianca. She's great at what she does. She's fantastic at selling the injury.
I don't discount that she's not.
So I mean, I guess say what you want. I mean, she's still a fantastic athlete. And I guess to Jamie's words, I guess I'm going to refer to myself as a smart here, but I already seen that they weren't going to do Jade and Bianca, which we'll talk about here in a minute. But just based off of the way the men's went, they're not doing Ilya and Gunther right now, so it was just kind of obvious. I think they have bigger stories in place for the men and the women of those feuds. Other than that, like I said, this is a fantastic match. Tiffany, I think, is on her way to being a star. Jade's already a star right now, and I would think that this is just. This just alludes to the fact that they're saving Tiffany for something bigger, possibly the Money in the Bank. I think she's my number one pick to win the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. She's one of the top heels right now, so that would be the perfect decision right there. So other than that, just a great match between the two. So I think they made the right decision here.
You made a good point, Cam. But sorry, Scalz, but you made a great point about how these ladies both lay it in, throw themselves into the bumps, and sell. Like the wrestling on these shows, I remember when we were first, doing FNR, and we would just be like, hey, the entertainment factor of this is great. The storylines are great. The wrestling, not so much. But now we're, getting to where WWE's getting to that groove. They're finally putting out the type of matches they want on TV. So.
Shadow, I'll touch base on your comment after we discuss Jade versus Nia. After this match, we head into Jade versus Nia tonight, and I thought it was going to be the opposite way set up. I really thought we were going to get Jade versus Tiffany as opposed to what we got from this. And we got Bianca versus Nia because Jade took a chair and smashed it over Nia's back. And props to Nia. She goaded her into doing it. Like, she baited her. And Jade took it hook, line, and sinker.
Sure did.
What do you think, Cam?
I mean, I'm not really a fan of the way that ended. I was kind of hoping for a better match, a clash of the Titans, if you will. But it's kind of a cheap way just to really protect Jade for right now without giving her a real like pinfall loss. So I wasn't really a fan of it.
It kind of protects both, also.
I mean, yeah, but I feel like Nia can take a loss and just bounce back. Like she's one of those few that she can take a string of losses, but then come out like the next week after that and just still look strong. You know, just and it's just the way they've built her. You know, they've built her like she's this destroyer. She doesn't really care about wins and losses. She just, as long as she hurts somebody, that's all she really cares about, right? So I think Nia really can take a loss more so than I guess Jade can. You know, since that's their their big ticket item right now in the women's division. So I just wasn't a fan of the ending. I'm glad we're not getting, again, like I said, I'm glad we're not getting Jade and Bianca. Like I said, it's too early. They're the tag team champions. It makes no sense. The focus for them should be the tag team titles. So, but it was okay for what it was, I guess.
This chat is going crazy tonight.
I actually liked how they did it. And it protects both of these ladies. You have Jade Cargill, who, will be pretty much their phenomenon for the future. But you also want to be careful with how you present her on TV, how you book her. You don't want her to beat just everybody. That was the problem where Tony, when Tony was booking her, booked her to a point where it's like, who else is she going to beat? And you don't want to automatically have her win every match, win every tournament, do this and that. So by doing this, it protects her, it makes her look really strong, and it just sets her up for the next thing. And you don't have to worry about, it's just going to be Jade winning it. Also for Nia, it makes her look good as that destroyer, that monster that she is. And I've liked this run from Nia Jax. Say what you will, but she's been doing some great character work, and she's really been doing the thing. And it's gonna, in Bianca, Nia, they got a little bit of history too. So I'm actually excited about what this is gonna get to.
This chat is cracking me up. What is going on?
All right, back to what Shadow was saying. The women now going to be Bianca versus Io because the business against Damage Control isn't over yet. I don't think that's what we're going to get. I don't think they want to put the crown on Io because she just got finished having the title reign. I think they're going to want to put on somebody that is up and coming, and that's going to help define the business going forward. That being said, Bianca's not winning this whole thing. I think we're gonna get Lyra versus Bianca, and then Lyra's gonna end up beating Bianca because of the injury that they've been selling and focusing on over the last 2 weeks on this tournament. Like Bianca's barely skimping by on these matches, and it's just going to come to that point where she's not going to be able to finish that match because she's saying, I'll do it. I'm going to do it. And then we're going to get Lyra versus Bianca, and that's how it's going to, and then Lyra's going to just focus on it and take it over, and that's going to be it. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think I definitely think Lyra is going to win this thing. And I think that's a good move, right? For somebody who just got caught up from NXT, we always talk about or complain or have that gripe of they're not building new stars. This is the perfect way to do it. So
They've been doing a really good job about establishing their up and coming talent.
And that'll segue us right into the next part of the tournaments with the King of the Ring, where you have one of those up and coming talents in Carmelo Hayes on that bracket on this side. And everything that happened this show tonight with Carmelo Hayes is not only building him for this tournament, but for after the tournament. And we'll touch base on everything that happened outside of the ring later on in the show, because I want to focus just on what's inside the ring right now. And this match versus Carmelo Hayes and Randy Orton was an absolute banger in the main event. I can't believe we got this on free TV. Like, just what WWE is doing lately on free TV, it's amazing.
absolutely, I believe so. First of all, just with the with the feud that Randy's involved in right now with the Bloodline. I mean, even that stuff is great. Like stuff with Randy, the stuff with KO that they did, the tag team match they had at Backlash was phenomenal. That's probably, I still say that's one of the best tag team matches I think they've produced probably since the last tag team match they had with the Bloodline with Roman and Solo. So it just the even like the little tidbits that they do that they don't say anything. I said it before, like, Paul Heyman, I think right now should get if Seth was the MVP of the last chapter of this Bloodline thing, I feel like Paul Heyman is the MVP of this chapter because everything he does, like his acting, his just ability to sell this storyline of where it's going right now is so great. Like, so I'm loving where this is going. So throwing Randy in there, somebody who's a vet right now, is great. I'm looking forward to him in Tama. Obviously, I think that's going to be a banger. So yeah, it's great. What they're doing right now, just on free television right now, is fantastic.
Oh yeah, if you just want to know the state of what the Bloodline is in, just look at Paul Heyman's face, and it tells you.
We're going to touch base on everything to do with the Bloodline and Paul Heyman later, but this match between Randy Orton and Carmelo Hayes, so good. Hayes looked like a superstar, even though, like, I was doing a watch along with Will and Metal Mike, no free shout outs, and we were just watching the match, and the comparison that I made, because Will said Carmelo looks like a kid next to Randy Orton, just in the sizes. I said, yeah, it reminds me of Optimus Prime trying to fight the cassette tape. Like, that's the size difference to me. And it's just, but they work so well together in the ring.
They do. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Shut up, Shadow. But I like where they went with this because after watching the previous match that happened first, you knew this should have been the only outcome that would have happened. And that's how it would get Randy Orton versus Tama Tonga. And, man, this guy is crazy. And I'm here for it. The match between him and LA Knight, so good also.
Oh yeah, fantastic. Once again, like I said, you can put to the Randy and the Carmelo Hayes match. Again, like I said, you can put Randy in there with anybody, right? Now I don't know. I noticed this too. I don't know if you guys share the same thought here, but when Randy does, his typical, his moveset, when he goes outside the ring, he does that, like, that back suplex, back body drop, whatever. When he on the table, I don't know about you guys, but like the last few people, like when he did it to Tama, and now when he's done it to Carmelo Hayes, I don't know, but it's like he's not doing it as like as stiff, I guess you could say, as he normally would. He kind of was like doing it a little softer. I don't know if that was like, okay, you still have a young career to have. I'm not trying to like I'm not trying to go that hard on you. So I'm gonna do you a favor. I'm gonna do you a solid and not go as hard. So I'll give you like 25%. So I don't know. Maybe that's one thing I kind of noticed. So I think he's kind of protecting Carmelo there because I know that's probably a tough a tough bump to take. That probably doesn't feel very good. But yeah, it's still a great match. I knew Randy was winning just because of the inner storyline they've got going on within the King of the Ring tournament right now. As far as LA Knight and Tama go, another great win there. I don't know. I'm not quite sure where LA Knight goes from here. He wins, he loses, he wins, he loses.
I mean, they planted the seeds for you.
I was just gonna say that. You're not sure where he goes from here?
Did they?
All right.
I mean, unless I missed that, I don't know.
So
I mean, Megastar versus Megastar, baby.
let's finish off with the King of the Ring, and then we'll head into that.
Sounds good.
What do we think is going to be the outcome of this match with Randy Orton versus Tama Tonga? Who do we think is going to get this victory? And who do we think is going to face off on the other side?
Probably Tama.
Tama and Jay.
Are we going to get Tama and Jay? You think that makes
I think
sense?
so.
No.
I mean, that's.
Or are we getting Tama and Ilya?
I think it's Tama and Jay.
No.
Shadow said Tama versus Shane. That's where you insert Jacob.
Yeah.
No,
Unfortunately, Shadow. I think the last time they did a debut like that in Saudi, it did not go over well. So it might deter them from doing it again. Because when Kairi Sane showed up, that crowd went mild. There was like no reaction at all. So I don't know if they would want to do that again. I think it would make sense if they save that for later on, because I don't know where Jacob's going to go. Is he going to help Jay? Like, does Jacob help Jay because of Fatu, like the Fatu name?
I think so.
As opposed to helping the Tongan side? But you have both, because you have Solo and Jay on either side. It's like it's hard to tell. I don't know.
Well, I mean, Solo is only Fatu by name at this point. He's the odd brother out.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is a whole nother conversation. This is a whole like we could. This is a whole show in itself.
Mm-hmm. But do you think that Jay's gonna beat Ilya?
Oh yeah.
Oh no, sorry. Isn't he fighting Gunther?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Jay beat Ilya.
Jay beat Ilya.
So
on Raw.
you think we're gonna get Gunther versus Tama?
No.
I do. I think Gunther's winning the whole thing.
I think so too. That's my personal opinion on it. I don't think you're not gonna, because then this is how you're gonna lead Gunther to getting his title shot.
Exactly.
That or Ilya Costa Gunther.
No, it's too soon for that. It's too soon for them. That's why they didn't do it on Monday Night Raw. Like, you don't want to put something like that on free TV, and you don't want to rush that with everything going on. But that being said, let's head on out for the night. Jamey, where can everybody find you?
You could find me barely on the show. FNR, they kind of wrote me off like I was a character in a show. But you can find me also on my socials at Jamey Rose X.
At least you can kill you off, man.
Hey, ain't that the truth, man? No, I'm running that Roman Reigns schedule. But you can also find me with my broadcast partner Jake Hatley at Diamond State Wrestling on our weekly. Well, it's not weekly, but our episodic TV Flawless and upcoming shows. And yeah, you can find me just in all of my other shenanigans. I just want to thank you guys for having me back on. Go Stars.
Cam?
Well, you can find me right here every single Friday night with, for sure, Scalz. Jamey, I have no idea. And whoever third or fourth person decides to pop up every single Friday night after Smackdown. You can find me on our sister page on River City Radio. Monday nights on the table spot after Monday Night Raw. And then you can find me on River City Radio again on Wednesday nights after AEW Dynamite. And in terms of my socials, you can find me on TikTok at Call Me Cam G, Cam's Wrestling Corner, and Cam Squared Circle Mania. If that does not float your boat, you can find me on Twitter /X at CamandCheese317 And if that does not sizzle your bacon, you can find me on Instagram at 317 Bacon, Eggs, and Cam.
Shadow, can we find you anywhere?
You can find me on X stirring a bunch of shit, and occasionally you can find me here on the network. I'm kind of like a prom night dumpster baby. I'm not wanted around, so I'm here though.
Wow. I mean,
I'm here
Wow.
because y'all made bad choices.
My bad.
On that note, I am Scalz. You can find me here on Friday Night Review with Cam, and like he said, whoever decides to show up on Tuesday night on NXT on Tap with Jack Spo and Phil, and then whenever else I decide to pop up on the network. On YouTube and Twitch, it is Off the Top Media, and on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, it is Off the Top Media _. I want to thank everybody for stopping out tonight. We'll see you again soon. Make sure you guys check out Rivet City Radio for our sister page. They will be doing bot spots and chair shots on Sundays at 8 p.m. Have a great evening. Thanks for stopping by.